So now I'm going to show you how to hang your ordinary standard clay pot or a glazed pot or even a pot like this. So all these pots are now hangable with Skypots hanging kits. And not only are they hangable, but they are connectable. So Skypots are very versatile, and there's really nothing out there like this right now, which is great because now we have a whole new way to not only hang but to connect our pots. And the best part about this invention is that it's super healthy for the plants. And the reason why is because these kits that assemble around your drain hole also allow water to pass through. So you have excellent drainage. You get all the benefits of the clay pot, and you get, including the drainage. I'm going to show you how to first how to just assemble a kit and show you how easy it is. Now here's the product. It comes in 2 packs and in 3 packs. But for today we're going to open up a 2-pack. And when I designed this packaging, I made it 100% plastic free. So there's no plastic in this packaging. Very sustainable. And when you open up the package, you'll get a instruction manual, which it took a lot of time to get you started here. It's got every step you can possibly think of. Plus it's got an inspirational poster on the background to kind of see some ideas, to give you some ideas for choosing your Skypots. But the fact that it's your own pot is the best part, because you get to be very imaginative and create, there's endless combinations between pots and plants. You can kind of see a lot of them in this garden. It's I think I've got like over I think I'm over 100 now on Skypots, and it's a very efficient use of a small space garden. I have some friends and some customers that have bought these. They've only been in the market since June of last year, but I've had a lot of customers come back, show me pictures of how they set them up on their balconies or their even from trees in small spaces. So it's a great solution for that. So anyhow, we're back to unboxing a Skypots 2-pack. So you've got your rods. In the 2-pack, you get a 13-inch rod right here, and then a 17-inch rod. Your 3-pack has a 17-inch rod and 2 13-inch rods. And also in the each pack, you get a Catch Junior. I'll show you how to use that later. And then in this compartment over here, you get your flanges. These are the drainable flanges. And then in this little baggie here, which is reusable, you've got your hardware, a 12-inch hanging chain, which we don't need for this. And you've got 2 eye nuts and 2 wing nuts for the 2-pack. Now all the metal is stainless steel. It's not going to rust out on you. You're going to get maybe some surface rust over a couple of years, but you can just polish that right off. So I've really made these to last, so you can start building vertical gardens and just building and growing your gardens. And they're super easy to unpot. They actually help pull the root ball out when you depot these, and if you want to use the SkyPot on a different pot. And okay, so I'm going to demonstrate here, show you how quick and easy it is. So I'm going to take the 17-inch rod right here at the bottom, and I am going to show you how to do this. So the first step is you take the wing nut, and you just spin it down about 1 inch, and then you get 4 flanges. It's going to be 2 flanges per pot. So we're going to take the first flange, turn it that way, and then you just put your pot on it, you rest it, and then you put your second flange, and then you spin it up so you get about a 3/4 of an inch above that flange sticking out, and then just turn on your eye nut. And there's like a little hole at the bottom of the rod, which kind of tells you you're in a good spot for it. You don't want to have it go that rod too far down, because then it'll kind of obstruct that hole there, which is used for connecting your second pot. So got the hole there, You kind of see it, and it's centered, and voila, you're done. Now this is done. I mean, this is ready to pot, and I'm just going to hang it here below this other one. So the 17-inch rod is good for big, taller plants, for, you know, as I used before in the window box, for thrillers. These and the smaller ones, the 13-inch, are really good for the trailing pots. Now you can add segments. I call them grow chain segments between your plants if you want to add some more spacing. And they come in little pouches right here, and there's a custom S hook that I designed to match the supplied chain. Now you can use whatever chain you want. There's two of these, you can see right here. There's two sets, and it's got a custom S hook and then a 4-segment chain. You can just do this. Oh no, I ripped the stem. Gosh, but you know, it's a succulent, so I can easily, you know, replant it. And see how I'm just lowering this right there? Now that was super easy. Now I've given this plant a little bit more room to grow. And I tell you, I've never had such good luck growing hanging plants, or any plant, than with Skypots. I think it's because when you're using Skypots, your plants are at eye level. You're always going to see them, and it really helps you be mindful of them, to trim them, to water them, and to notice them a little bit more. When you're looking down at your pots all the time, I feel like you tend to look past them. So I really love my plants at eye level. And okay, so we assembled that one. For today, what I did want to do was I wanted to add, see this beautiful string of pearls, I wanted to add a plant, another pot to this collection. So I'm going to pot this, I'm going to convert this pot into a SkyPot and connect it to this one. And the plant that I'm going to use is this beautiful elephant food plant. And this is super easy to take care of too. Similar lighting needs as this string of pearls, you know, low light, medium light. I mean, this one's getting a lot of light. You can see the little, you can see the flowers. It's just doing so well. So, I mean, you can see these containers that you get from the store. They're plastic. They got big, ugly hooks on them. So you can easily upgrade, you know, your pots. You know, a lot of people just use these. They just hang them on their eaves. You know, if you start converting to SkyPots, even just if you're just hanging a single pot, it's a very clean look. It just looks a lot better. So I'm going to show you first. Again, we're going to connect the second. We're going to connect the second, or assemble the second kit around this black pot. Now, if you see this, you know, when you're looking for pots to use with SkyPots, you know, most of your clay pots are going to have, you know, center holes near center. You can't use a pot that doesn't have a center hole. You know, it doesn't have drainage. But you also can't use the pot if the hole is too far off center. It'll just cause the pot to kind of hang crooked. If you want to live with that, that's fine. But I prefer to use the pots that have holes that are near center. It doesn't have to be perfect, because as long as you can center that rod, you know, in the pot, then you're good. So when we assemble it, it's going to be kind of tucked on this side. It'll be pretty much direct center, but kind of towards that side. So, and so first, I'm going to put that wing nut on there, about an inch down, and I'll put the first flange, and then I'm going to spin this, spin the rod, and now put the second flange on. Spin it up a little bit more, like 3/4 of an inch above, and then I'm just going to turn the eye nut. So now I get it down just so it's loose, and then I kind of just tighten it up here at center. Very easy. You can't even tell that hole is off center anymore. So, oh, and by the way, these flanges are made out of, I think it's 92% recycled material. And I did that because I just wanted a sustainable product other than the packaging. I wanted to take waste out of the landfill instead of adding to the landfill. So this is ready to plant. Now it can be a little bit difficult, you know, if you're on a table to plant when it's like that. So I just use a bowl or a mug, and I just set it down like that. So now you've got a pot that's ready to plant. Okay, now I'm just gonna put a little bit of soil at the bottom of the pot. And you know, another good thing about this is you know how I added a screen to the window box that I planted earlier, but with SkyPots you don't need to worry about any of the drain holes clogging on these flanges. You know, with over 100 pots that I've done, I've never had any of them clog. And okay, so that's enough soil. It just got, you know, about 1 inch of soil. And now I'm going to take this ugly hanging plastic pot, and I'm going to depot this. And I tell you, with anything long, with the stems are long, it's, you know, these are really a pain. These plastic, you know, these plastic ropes that suspend from the hook. So, and they're just such a pain to get off too sometimes, especially if you end up damaging the plant, and whatnot. But you see, taking this off. Okay, be gone for good. And so now I'm just loosening this up. And you might ask, like, oh no, the rod's going to damage the plant when it pokes up through the root ball. But actually, it's never been a problem for me. My plants have thrived, as you can see. And I do like to plant like medium-sized plants, smaller plants in. If you've got an arrangement of plants, you can plant them around the edges. But if you got one like medium-sized plant that's about the same size as your, and the pots are about the same size, you're just going to end up poking it through the center of the root ball. So there's this. So I'm just going to loosen the root ball a little bit. All right. Then I am going to just do this. This is kind of fun, actually. See how loose that is? And it just goes straight up like that. Look at that. Super easy. Gosh. And there it is. I can't believe that I don't have a SkyPot with elephant food yet. And I love how this looks with the black planter. That looks super cool. So right now I'm going to connect it to this. So, you know, I don't want to put it under here. Look, there's no room to put under there. So I would just maybe hang this by itself, or, you know, maybe even do this. So this one's eventually going to grow down and come down on that one. But that looks pretty cool. So like I said, yeah, this will fall down much like this plant. Hide the rod if you don't like the look of the rod. But I mean, I like the stainless steel look of the rod. It's very clean. And they look great in the kitchen too, you know, if you've got stainless steel appliances. So yeah, this is all done. See how quick that was? Gosh, okay. Oh, I got to show you how to water. And for watering, I'm going to take my cell phone and show you up close. So let's just water this one. Kind of getting it a little messy here. But let's just pour. So with SkyPots, you just water until they drain out the next flange or the bottom. Here we go. We'll just keep watering. Usually the first watering is going to take a little bit longer because the soil on that plant seemed a little bit dry. Oh, there it came. All right. So you can see it's trickling down to the next plant. And then I'm going to water this one. So it's efficient too. You know, for outside, you can just kind of let it drip down there. It's not a problem. And let's see, let's do this one too. All right, so I'm watering this top plant. So in some locations I have overflowed that one, but you can see the water's coming up. It's coming out, so that's enough water on that top planter. And then it's watering down to this one below. Pretty nice, not too much spillage. You know, obviously, if you're setting these up inside, you're going to want to not water with a hose, but you're going to want to, what I do is, they're so easy to take down. I take them down to the sink and I water them, give them a good flush out at the sink. And then when most of the water has, and you just got a drip, most of the water's drained out and you just got a drip, you say this is the one you watered inside and we got that drip. What you do is, each of the 2-packs comes with this Catch Junior, and this is for indoor watering. You can just, attach this Catch Junior to the bottom, and that's going to collect the last drips. So when you're inside, it's a little bit more controlled. You control a little bit more. Outside, just, water away. Super easy. All right. I'm going to reconnect this one here. And, that's it. Maybe I should give you a tour of the other Skypots in the garden. I've got these over here. My orchids, got an orchid collection. I got a little fern garden over there. Look at all those. It's like a wall of ferns. And over here we have the original Skypots. Now these are fixed. They're actually not connected by hooks. This is the original version. And the original version is also over here. They weren't connectable. It was a DIY project that we did on the blog, and just wasn't as versatile, kind of awkward, and they didn't drain that well. So when designing the new version of Skypots, I developed the flange on a 3D printer and made it so it wouldn't clog, as I mentioned before. Check these out. I love this one, this nasturtium arrangement in that orange pot, along with this dwarf bromeliad. Super cool, super rad. And then I did a triple stack over here. Some flowers. These are actually all edible flowers. I did not pick back that Elysium, so it's kind of hurting right now. May need to redo that, or just like trim it back a little bit. And then I love this one. This is Dusty Miller. Look at this Dusty Miller plant, and that's just going to grow. It's kind of my 4th of July plant, or arrangement. And on this side of the house, I've got more Skypots. These are on deck. Now with this type of plant in particular, imagine, hanging this with macrame, or anything where you had just taking these out from these ugly hangers is going to be tough. But with Skypots, it's super easy to repot them. So I'm just kind of letting them grow there. And you can see over here, we've got this arrangement of funky sansevierias. They're just thriving too. I got that Palea. You can see a lot of these images on skypots.com. This is the Skypots farm. I mean, just look at how many I'm growing. Look at these stacks. This is super cool. Spider plant. It's like a whole stack of spiders. And I got a couple of, that's a waxed plant. And got a lipstick plant. Oh, and this is another lipstick plant down here. I love this one. Let's get this spider out of there. When that blooms, it just looks super cool. There's that one. And the ferns. I love putting ferns in Skypots. I mean, the rods and all the hardware just disappears. It's just such a neat way. You can see all these are on so I raise and lower these to water them, and the watering just cascades from one down to the next. So, and a couple more to show you. This one here, another wax plant, Mr. Crinkle, I think that one's called. Another wax plant. I told you I love the wax plants. And another obovata. And over here we've got this one. This plant is super cool. Look at the berries that this thing grows. So this is flowering right here. You can see the flowers, and then the flowers, turn into fruit, and that red will just be, all those berries will just be, this plant will be full of berries pretty soon. So, and here's one of my favorites, and it's all by itself. Like I said before, works great just for hanging a single pot. And for something like this one, it might be hard to put plants below it because of how long the stem is here. Well, that's about it. I have more inside, but I'm not going to take you inside my house right now. So let's go back. And I think we're ready to wrap it up here. Yeah, so that's it. It's been a lot of fun doing this webinar. And if you're interested in picking up some SkyPots, just head on over to skypots.com. Or you can go to Amazon. I have an Amazon store at amazon.com/SkyPots. You know, I operate this business out of San Diego, California. I'm still a very small business and growing, so spread the word. I think a lot of, I think gardeners and especially gardeners will love this. It's not some new tech invention. It's just something that's kind of obvious. I hope everyone enjoyed this webinar.